guys. So today is Saturday. We've had the pigs for several months now, and Tuesday they are going to go to the processor. So I wanted to give you a quick update on them. Before they go, I'll give you another one when we're all done with the processing and we know what that's going to be like. Right now they're enjoying some pumpkin. But I wanted to share with you some things that I've learned, some things I didn't know about pigs before we started, and how really cool they are. So I hope you'll stick with me. So on the left we have my female American Guinea Hog. Her name is Bern, and she started out bigger and now she's still bigger. This is Smolder, the castrated male, and he did not grow nearly as quickly or as well as she did. We made sure they got food separated and everything. He was just a runt and he stayed that way, but hopefully we'll still be able to get some good meat off of him. Alright, so the first thing that we learned about the pigs, probably the first few days that we got them, was that pigs are actually a lot cleaner animals than we've been led to believe. You know, everyone gives you that image of pigs being dirty and, you know, wallowing in mud, and they do wallow in mud. They love to do that if you give them an opportunity, and they get plenty of wallows. But as you see behind me, we have a whole pasture that they have been rotated through for the last, since February, when we got them, February or March, and we just keep rotating their hut and this electric fence. You can kind of see it behind me right there. We rotate them every week to a new stretch of grass, and they pretty much eat only grass besides some scraps that we do give them. But as you can see, you know, there's some parts where they have dug a little right there. That's where they were last week, so that's a little bit messier than the rest. But the pasture has recovered really great, and to get to the cleanliness part, they choose a corner of the square of the fence, and that's where they go to the bathroom. So their hut stays completely clean. Most of the pasture stays clean, and they just go to the bathroom in that one spot, which I thought was pretty cool. Something I definitely did not know. You know, a lot of people just have pigs in a big mud pit. So, of course, that's going to seem dirty. But when you pasture them, they're great. Clean, and their house has stayed tidy the whole time we've had them. We have not had to clean it out. We've added more straw or hay to it, but other than that, it's been perfect. So, first thing we learned, pigs are clean. Another thing I learned is that pigs will not eat everything. They will eat most things. But there are some things that at least these pigs, these are American Guinea Hogs, at least these pigs would not eat, and they did not like peppers, like bell peppers, the sweet kind, not hot. We didn't give them those. Oh, and there's a sticker on that. Oh, I don't have anything, Bern. You gotta go get him. So sweet peppers they did not like. They probably would have liked walnuts if they would have been just the nuts, but our pigs wouldn't open them, wouldn't crack the shell. So although they did get the green off of the shell, they didn't crack it open and get the nut. Let's see, what else did they not like? Oh, hedge apples. Hedge apples or Osage oranges, they did eat them, but they weren't a fan. They didn't devour them like this pumpkin or fight over them. She's normally not this messy. I guess she got a wallow today and it dried on her. A wallow is just a wet pit of mud. So the third thing that I learned about pigs, and I think this is probably the coolest thing that we were surprised by, is that when they're cold, so you can see the hut behind me, I'll turn around, that's their pig shelter, and it started getting chilly here. We weren't really expecting it. We did have them some hay in there to keep warm with, but they didn't think it was enough. So they actually went through, and let's see if you can see behind me. See how tall the grass is? We made sure not to mow any of this so that they could eat it all. And what they did was, over here, you can kind of see, the grass is short. And it's not because they were eating it, but because they took the grass and she cut it off, and then she carried it into her pig shelter. And inside here, she made a nest, almost, is how I can describe it best. She stacked it up so perfectly. I could have sworn I asked my husband if he did it, and he did not. But it looked amazing. She had done such a good job. She stacked it all up. She made a big pile, and then they burrowed underneath it to keep warm. And on warmer days, they would actually just kind of make it a nest and dip into the middle of it. And then when it got cool again, they would burrow right back under. So that is the coolest thing I think that I've learned from them, is if given the resources, they will take care of themselves. They will, you know, they'll eat the pasture if it's available. They'll use the pasture to keep warm. It's just, they're just the coolest things, I think. And really, they're entertaining too. I'll try to show you in here, but I think it's too dark. Yeah, okay, well there's the floor. And up here, it's pretty high with hay. They stacked it all up. And you can kind of see in there. So that's their nest. Pretty awesome. Another thing that we learned, or at least I learned about the pigs, is before we got them, I was pretty opposed. I didn't want pigs. My husband did. But I was afraid of them. There's so many horror stories about, you know, the pig ate someone. I don't know if they're true, but I think many of those stories are related to pregnant pigs or pigs that just had babies and are protecting their litter. But these pigs are friendly as they go bite each other. They do fight over food. And the boy, he is much more skittish than the girl is. He doesn't let us pet him. He's not mean in any way. He just isn't, you know, friendly. Like, he doesn't want our attention. He doesn't care about us. We just feed him, and that's all he cares for. However, she loves to be petted. You come out, and all you do is touch her on the back. You give her a little pet, and she'll flop straight down onto the ground and let you rub her tummy. So that is what I learned about her. I learned that I actually really like pigs, and it's going to make it super hard on Tuesday to take them to the processor. I thought I would be able to kind of detach myself from them because I knew that they were supposed to be for meat, and I'm sure some of you won't agree with that, but that's what we got them for. We do eat meat. We prefer to eat it from our own farm. But it's going to be a hard day Tuesday for me, for the girls. I'm sure Kevin, my husband, is going to have a hard time with that too. But we do know they had good lives. They ate good food, and it's so much better than what we can get at the grocery store. Okay, so my last update is going to be about the shelter. I know we had some questions regarding the build of it, but when we posted the directions, or just our video about building it, so I wanted to answer some questions. It's getting dark, so I hope you can still see. So this is our shelter, and it really did great. We don't normally have it on this trailer. We just have it on the trailer because this is how we're going to take them to the processor Tuesday. This is the back of it. This window is normally open all the time, so they had great ventilation with that. There was ventilation at the top there too. We boarded it up so they can't get out when we transport them, and it's getting chilly anyway. So with the ventilation, we've had no problems at all with this shelter. We mounted our water bucket on the back here, which is why it's so messy back here. On these brackets, this is our water bucket. It had holes already and a flat back, so that worked perfectly. They couldn't knock it over. That was our one issue we had with them, was the constant knocking over of the water. So yeah, the roof was great. It shed the water, it kept the wind off. We didn't really shut them in much. They stayed out until they wanted to go in. We didn't shut their door. But yeah, it's been great. I love it. I think it was a great design. My husband designed it for me, and we built it together, and it's been awesome. They are happy with it. There's a little bit of ventilation up here too, and with the door open, the breeze went right through. So that's all for tonight. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned a little bit from me, what we learned about our pigs. If you're on the fence about getting them, I highly recommend trying it. Just know that you might get a little attached because they are sweet and cute and loving and fun animals. So I hope to see you again on the next video. I'm not sure when that'll be yet, but when it comes out, if you want to see it, hit the like button on this to let me know you liked it, and you can go down and hit the subscribe button to get updates. So that's all for tonight, and I'll see you next time.